Okay guys, we're up in Idaho right now, turkey hunting, and I'm driving to go get permission, which I've gotten permission before, and up there are like 4 or 5 turkeys right there, but I don't have permission to hunt on this property though. So I'm seeing some turkey tracks, and they said that they're around right now, but the biggest issue is that the people who I usually get permission to hunt from, right now they have some family in town that are hunting on their property that they normally let me hunt. So currently right now I can't hunt it, so until probably a little later. But I do have permission to hunt on some more property that are further behind them, owned by someone else. And so yeah, that's what's going on right now. And we got some good snow right now, probably a couple inches, but it's all melting off right now, so there's a lot of slush. And there's a lot of wildlife out here right now. So, got 2 turkey tags, got some shells already, got the gun. Trying to do some scouting, but right now it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So, might hunt somewhere else, do some other types of hunting, some pheasant, you know, upland, if the seasons are still open. And then might do some salmon fishing later too, or steelhead, depends on the type. Got the ATVs fired up, and we're gonna just do a quick drive-by, see if there's any turkeys sitting around in a place that I can shoot them. So we're just gonna grab some shells, grab the gun and the ATV, and we're gonna just fly over there real quick. There's some more turkeys right there underneath those trees. They're all running, so you can see them. Accidentally chased them like all across the road, and they still wouldn't move. They're like within like 10 yards, but I don't have my gun on me, so they're not really that scared either. The turkeys are at the top of that hill. I'm gonna sneak up on this side of the hill and try to just shoot one on the top. So see ya. Be able to sneak up the backside. Oh, jeez. He went into the tree and then he fell. He's down here. Okay, he's knocked senseless. Oh, guys, it looks like we got him. Oh my gosh. The weirdest sight I've ever seen. I shot him. I got him though. I got him pretty good. Because he then flew off, hit a tree, then fell back onto the ground. I shot him again, and it didn't faze him. And then he started to run again. I barely missed him. And then I got right on and popped him and blew him out of the sky. we're off the ground. It's a decent sized bird. Pretty coloration on it. It's not a hen, obviously, but it's a lot of work, and I'll take that. In fact, I just got permission to hunt this field. I saw him, I tried to sneak up on him, and saw how that went. I'll come back tomorrow morning though, because I have one more tag, and then I'll see if I can shoot a nice big tom. There you go. That's some good stuff. So we returned to the same field that I hunted yesterday, and we're set up on the fence line and the tree line. And we're gonna wait and see if these guys will come right in front of us, so we can take one out. So the last thing you probably saw was a big tom walking right up the field, coming right at us. And the thing was as he was going into that little dip, I tried to get my gun ready so then I could shoot him. I had it resting on my knee, and he barely saw me, and he knew something was not quite right. So then he started to sink back into those trees, and eventually he started to come back in again. And the reason why that's the last thing you saw was because there was turkeys like literally right behind us at like 50 yards, but they were all hens, so I didn't want those. And they were watching us closely, and I didn't want to alert them, so then they'd alert the rest of the group. So, but then, what was the weirdest thing that I've ever seen in my whole entire hunting experiences that I've ever had was, so it was really loud. We were sitting there, and I heard, it sounded like someone was, running through the woods, and I was like, what? And then I looked behind me, and there's a coyote running down the other side of the slope. And then all of a sudden, this deer pops out of nowhere and runs right by us. And then the coyote runs right by it, and the coyote's chasing the deer, and he runs right next to that tom. And that deer just scared up the tom and all those other turkeys, and they all left. So we took that as an opportunity to quickly leave, and then, we left. Okay, so we left, and then now hopefully tomorrow or the next day, we're going to reposition further down that field and get a better position to hide and hopefully get that tom. And hopefully no coyotes and deer run right through the turkeys tomorrow or the next day or whatever day I choose to hunt. So, and then as we were going back to the truck, there was 20 turkeys right next to our truck. But those two different groups, and honestly I don't care about the other group. As I saw that tom and his beard was swaying and his tail was huge, so I think I'm mainly gonna go after him. Okay guys, it's excuse the heater in the truck, but it is about 6:16. We're gonna get out there at about 6:30 and head up to the line. It'll be light about 6:50. We're gonna go to the same spot, and hopefully either that tom or some other turkeys will come out. It's getting towards the last few days of the season. I only have a couple of days to hunt, so I might just take whatever kind of comes in range. And for Christmas, so you can see back there, this camera It's like a GoPro, and it's very, very good. So that'll be filming all my epic shots. So it's gonna be a fun morning. We're gonna go out there and freeze all our fingers off. Okay, so you see those guys right there, and maybe some guys up there. So I can shoot all those, except for not, of course, in the feedlot with all these cows. But as soon as they get out of those fences, the farmer's okay with me shooting them. And those are some pretty good sized birds. And they're grain fed, technically speaking. Okay, so as you know, I was looking for a tom for my second turkey, but as you also know, we're running out of time. I only have like 2 days to hunt left, right? Sorry, man. And so, I have permission to hunt here, but there were some cows right here, and the turkeys were on the other side of those trees, on the other side of the fence, and the farmer said I can shoot them as long as they're outside of the feed area, which is right here. So I shot one over there, and it was a big hen. I saw that. And they all flew over here, which I have permission to hunt too. And so then I drove the truck, turned around, and came back through. And I noticed, I was like, that looks like a turkey. And there it was sitting right alongside that fence, close to the top of that hill there, and it was just sitting there. So then I got my gun, crawled through the fence, and walked up there, got close, and it looked like, I don't know, it looked like it was injured or something. I don't know if it was the same one I shot. But anyways, I shot it, so then I, got it, recovered it, grabbed it, finished it off, whatever you have to do, so the bird's not in misery. So, but I'm not sure if it's the same bird, because the bird I shot over there was quite a bit larger, and the one I shot over there, for some reason it let me get really close to it. I mean, it's a decent sized bird. I mean, there's my foot, which I wear size like 12. It's a decent sized bird, but it's definitely young, which I was wanting a larger bird than that, and I was hoping for a tom. But that's how it goes sometimes, and that's how my hunt went. And so that's what we're gonna finish this video off with. We got our 2 turkeys, filled our 2 tags, and I'm kind of glad that it's over now, because now I'm gonna go coyote hunting, which you'll see in the next video. So see you guys later. Thank you for watching. See you next time.